Gare. I'm calling you from the Grand Ole Opry.
Hey, Gare, how are you?
Great, thanks for asking.
You just caught me in the middle of shooting some hoops, waiting for someone to call me about an incredible brand with a fantastic story that I just had to meet. What's up?
You know, I'm passionate about the study of legendary brands, and I know you study the science of human connection through story and song. I want to introduce you to an incredible company with an incredible story. It's called West Shore Home. Can you come to Nashville?
Can I? I'll be there in 10 hours or less. 9.5 hours later. So here I am, and Gare was right. West Shore Home is an incredible company experiencing exponential growth, and I had the opportunity to meet the founder and CEO, BJ Wurzen, and his executive team, and I also got to interact with 400 leaders of this company of 3,000 people right here at the Opryland Hotel at their Deliver Greatness Conference. Let me tell you a little bit more about West Shore Home. West Shore Home is a home renovation company that was founded in Pennsylvania in 2006 by CEO and founder BJ Wurzen. What started off as a one-man operation doing bathroom window and door renovations has experienced exponential growth since its inception. By 2016, the company generated $16 million in revenue. In 2018, it was more than double, with $35 million in revenue and 130 employees. Today, they have 40 locations in 20 states. They employ nearly 3,000 people and generate $1 billion in annual revenue. They're quickly on their way to achieving a lofty goal. BJ is committed to making West Shore Home America's most admired home remodeling brand. The event I attended in Nashville included 400 people from their leadership team, and the enthusiasm in the workforce was one of the first things I noticed. Their reputation precedes them. West Shore Home has become a destination employer, receiving 20,000 quality applications per month, and people are advancing within the company at breathtaking pace.
I started day one as a receptionist and said, this is the best job I've ever had. And to this day, 4 years later, still the best job I've ever had. A lot of it is the culture, the people.
Our culture here at West Shore Home is talked about a lot. It really is the DNA. It makes up who we are. It also sets up our competitive advantage in this marketplace. It really allows us to show off not what we're trying to be, but who we are and who we reflect.
This is one of the few places I've worked at where we actually live and breathe the core values. And in doing that, it's like a trickle effect, right? You live by the core values, you practice that every day, and then it forms this culture where everybody's moving at the same drum. Everybody's moving at the same pace.
In terms of service offering, what establishes West Shore Home in the marketplace as the best in breed in a category of one is their focus on relatively small jobs and just 3 things: bathrooms, windows, and doors. That's it. But they do it better and faster than anyone else in the world, with most jobs taking just 1 day.
We could just do the same old thing as everyone else. We could follow the same old formula and carve out a space in this industry. But this industry didn't need just another player. This industry needed a total overhaul, to be rethought top to bottom, and that's what we're doing. We're exploding the entire home remodeling paradigm, and we're doing it on the back of infrastructure and practical technology that enables us to set a new standard for fast, easy, and convenient home remodeling. And it's going to allow us to continue delivering the impossible in the future. Soon, customers who want to will be able to scan, design, price, get approved for financing, and schedule their project all on their own. And when they're done, they can buy it with a click of a button. We're already setting the standard for the industry. What's coming next is going to blow it wide open.
In my experience, all brands rest upon the stories of other people, and West Shore Home recognizes that in a number of ways. For some time now, the company has been engaging the leadership of my friend and fellow Canadian, Gare Maxwell. Gare is an expert in the DNA of legendary brands. He studied how they managed to grow their successes and how to share their story with others. I had the pleasure of watching Gare lead the 400 employees I encountered in Nashville take part in his workshop, and it struck me that everyone knew the West Shore Home story. Your story is the most important differentiator a brand can have, and I'm convinced that everyone's brand rests upon the stories of other people. Put another way, Your brand is the sum of all the stories being told about you. And BJ Wurzen and West Shore Home get this. If I had to pick one thing, a secret sauce that could explain why West Shore Home's exceptional growth exists, I would say it lies in the simplicity of their story. Gare took the teams through some playful storytelling exercises about the company, and I was struck not so much by the fact that everyone could articulate the West Shore Home talking points, but what impressed me was that I heard the same story from a wide variety of authentic voices.
Oh yeah, this is the magnificent Michelangelo, the man that started the madness for West Shore Home in Indianapolis. And now I'm here in Nashville for the nightmare in Nashville. It's not a nightmare if you work for West Shore Home, oh yeah. You know why? Because we bring happiness to every single home, brother. That's what we do. Because we're America's most admired home remodeling brand. They don't just hand these to anyone. They only hand them to champions. And I'm a champion at West Shore Home.
Oh, it was terrifying. I say that genuinely. The Nightmare in Nashville is a leadership event where we all got together and we were called on to do an improv exercise. No warning, we were not allowed into the room to see anything. It was very top secret and we had to totally make it up as we went along. It has really built up my confidence because, you know, it's a safe place to fail. I'm not going to be remembered as the girl who froze. I'm going to be remembered as the girl who made a comeback, and I hope that I can instill that in other people and my direct reports and everyone when I go back to the office.
We had an employee who lived in an RV for a year with his family. He got hired at West Shore. He worked his way up to manager. He moved across the country in that RV and bought his family the first home that they'd ever had together. So bringing happiness to every home, in turn, brought happiness to his home as well and changed his life.
That's the beauty of authenticity-based storytelling, and the company supports and encourages it because it contributes to the fabric of the overall brand. As a company, West Shore Home won a highly motivated, results-driven workforce, but they understand that the storyteller can come in different packages. Sometimes they arrive as highly energized extroverts, other times in a more quiet but equally effective style. But always, the story stays the same. If you were to ask any of the attendees at the event what the company why is, the reason that they do what they do, they will answer to bring happiness to every home. When you ask an employee about West Shore Home's big, hairy, audacious goal, they'll answer to be America's most admired home renovation brand. Everyone in the company knows this and they believe in it. BJ Wurzen has created a company that is succeeding across all measures because he didn't set the bar to exceed that of his nearest competitor. In fact, West Shore Home doesn't seem to have thought about their competition at all. They seem to have established a standard where no one else exists and set the bar so high that it's fast becoming out of reach of the nearest competitor. And that's what it means to be a category of one.
So I really think the culture is the observable behaviors of what you see happening in the organization. It's not a list of fancy words that you put on a poster and hang up. If you aren't actually living those ideals and it's observable through your behaviors, then it's not really your culture. And if you really zoom out to the highest level and you look at everything that we're talking about today, it's kind of one big, gigantic system wrapped around a mindset.
Well, I'm back in Halifax now, and I'd like to thank Gare Maxwell for inviting me to Nashville to meet this legendary brand, West Shore Home. What an incredible story they're building, and if you're shopping for a home renovation in your bathroom windows or doors, give them a call. If they're not in your neighborhood yet, give them 5 minutes. They probably will be soon. Until then, I'm Dave Carroll, reminding you that we all have a story worth sharing. What's yours?
I have seen greatness in my life. Ric Flair, Harley Race, The Rock. None of them compare to the domination of B.J. Wurzen. Mr. Wurzen's taken over the home remodeling business in the whole world. Oh yeah!